Hello everyone, you are welcome to Express Politics on TVRC. I'm your host for today. My name is Abiola Michael, and with me is our lead analyst, Dr. Akintunde Sonny Vincent. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
It's good to have you. And on today's episode, we are going to be talking about the review of Babangida's Memoir and its political implications. The former military president released a book a week ago called A Journey in Service, where he reviewed and exposed a lot of secret information about the politics of Nigeria and the impact it has had in the country. So today, I want to ask you, Doctor, this man ruled for 8 years, when he was still in service back then, and we have seen over 7 leadership under him. Why did he have to release his book now? Why now?
Well, maybe considering his age
Okay.
maybe is a factor. And again, he believed that over time, considering what has actually transpired within the four walls of Nigeria, they'll put on a kind of cardinal point from the north to the south, from the west to the east, looking at all manner of regional bigotry, hatred, tribal, ethnic chauvinistic heart that is currently ravaging Nigeria. Perhaps the best time to put the book in display, to put his opinion into motion is now.
Okay.
You agree with me that over time, the likes of people from the southeast, they have been shouting for marginalization
Yes.
and planning to secede. And again, from the western parts, we are still doubting the credibility of our coming together as a nation. Even from the northern hemisphere, good number of them are still saying that to what essence is our coming together. Not to talk of those in the southern blocks who believe that the resources that the resources that God has given them is what that is used to take care of this country. So, looking at all the imbroglio, all the internal implosion, I believe that the best time to set the record straight is now. Like I said, maybe the age factor. This man is over 80-something years, if I'm not mistaken.
You're not
I
mistaken.
believe that perhaps time and everything is no longer on his side, and the best time to release the book is now. And talked about the age, and again the hatred that is ravaging the country.
Yes.
Like I said, we have successive leadership under the same man. After Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, we have he handed over to interim government, and again is what I called conscience.
In what sense?
Conscience prickling of the conscience. Don't forget, this man annulled the June 12 election, 1983, and he agreed in that book that MQ Abiola won that election.
Yes.
Why now? Why now? Maybe he believes that he must not go to his. He must not. It's not something that must actually be silenced with him. It's something he must eventually open up. Open up to Nigerian citizens that this man, at least it's good we hear from the horse's mouth. The man who happens to be at the helms of affairs then, who annulled the election. Perhaps after his demise, some people may just say they come at that maybe Abiola did not even win that election. So he set the story straight that Abiola won, like I said, conscience. So I was actually trying to paint the picture of his those who ruled after him.
After him, the leadership.
Yeah, I talked about him handing over to Ernest Shonekan.
Yes.
And after Ernest Shonekan, that government was truncated, was short-lived by General Sani Abacha.
Okay.
So after General Sani Abacha, he also perpetrated his all manner of acts, and he eventually he died in power. And then General Abdulsalami Abubakar took over from him, and he handed over to the first democratically elected president, the return of Olusegun Obasanjo as the president. Then after that, we have President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. It was also short-lived, truncated due to his health challenge. Then we have President Jonathan Goodluck. And after President Jonathan Goodluck, then we have Muhammadu Buhari, the return of Muhammadu Buhari. Then after that, then we have Tinubu. Just imagine, after over 7 of them, then this man is saying that,
releasing a
see,
book, yeah.
I want to do a review of what happened during my time as a leader. So like I said, successively, we have to also take all this into cognizance,
Yes.
and look at what played out. So, like I said, age-wise, number 1. Number 2 is what's it called, the antecedent. And again, I'm also talking about the conscience.
Yes,
These
the
are
conscience.
these are reasons why I.
All right, thank you, Doctor, for that. Thank you so much. Now, this particular book has raised a lot of controversial comments on social media. So I want you to actually pinpoint what the focal point of the book is.
Well, when you look at, like, one of the honus in that book is what I called is what happened is that of MQ Abiola. You know, the annulment of June 12th.
Okay, that's the focal.
Yeah, I think that's it's of essence. Even if Tinubu or the last of Muhammadu Buhari recognized the fact that he won the election, they were not the one. They were not the number one man then. But the number one man now has spoken. Said, "See, listen, MK Abiola won that election." Because that must be set. That must be put straight for the completion. I mean, for us to have a seamless democratic journey. If not, who knows what may happen tomorrow? That is one error that must not repeat itself.
Yes.
This a duly elected president. I mean, it's a nationwide election. And when you want to talk about the growth of any country, you must talk in concordance to its justice.
Yes.
The justice system. To measure a country, to measure the judicial, to measure the justice system.
Yes.
The equity and fairness. This is a man from a part of the country, and the man was denied justice. If that is not set straight, then that is not a sign of a country that is planning to get it that is planning to develop. So, like I said, that the annulment of that election is very setting that record straight is very germane.
Okay.
So for me, and again, the regional the ethnic bigotry, the hatred that has currently ravaged the land, they are all part of the whole what really run through the nitty-gritty of the book.
Okay.
There's favoritism, placing regional interest, tribal interest ahead of national interest. These are what runs through the book. So for me, these are pillars of the book.
Okay.
Like I said, MK Abiola and the kind of the current ethnic bigotry, the hatred ravaging the land.
All right, thank you, Doctor. Now they have set the record straight. Now, what do you think is going to be like the implications this book is going to have on the political system in Nigeria?
Well, I think some believe that this is more or less like reopened of old wound. Some believe it's a kind of, when you look at some critics, they believe that this man is more or less like opening old wound.
Okay.
That to what will this do for the to serve the interest of the common man in Nigeria? And again, why now? And some people made a kind of a reference to what happened to Adekunle Fajuyi,
Okay.
the then Western governor. He believed that, for example, people asked the question, why must you annul that election, that June 12th election? And they came up with so many propositions that maybe it's because of things will get spoiled, some people will destabilize the country. Some said Aguiyi Ironsi was about to be killed in the western part. Adekunle Fajuyi said, no, you cannot kill this man. That this man is my visitor. That whatsoever you want to do, you have to pass through me. The man would have actually surrendered and said, okay, fine. I'm not the one you're looking for. You go, you take him out. Don't worry, just take him and let me be. But is that heroic act still remain golden today? Someone say, why would you allow yourself to annul that election and to just kind of to flimsy excuses that there will be a kind of instability or kind of a destabilization in the land, that excuse is not tenable. Some also look at what happened to his own bosom friend, Mama Basa, that he spearheaded the killing of the execution of that man, the execution of the man. And he gave a lot of reasons. That's one act that we never forget in a hurry. As in that it talks about the inconveniences surrounding the killing of that man. But Pastor saying these are not heroic acts. These are acts of cowardice, And I still remember again, some people believe that this is a journey in deceit. Reopening of all this. Of course, my personal opinion is that this is an insightful journey.
Okay.
A journey that we must take a look at, reflect, look at the pros, look at the cons, pick the lessons, and develop from it.
Okay.
Because to fail to look at history, is to be on the negative side of development. If we must grow, we must learn from history.
Yes.
Like I said, it's more or less it's an insightful journey from a man whom we've all been waiting for to come and tell us his own part of the story. And eventually he came out to tell us. Don't forget that also book launch almost generated a lot of billions of billions of naira.
Yes, in royalties. That's amazing. So
this is not just royalty. This is coming from notable, eminent Nigerians. One even spread his own. One gave eight billion naira. Spread it for 4 years. We paid 2 billion every year. Another one paid. Just for the book launch. Of course, if you are going to talk about, we also have to talk about how our general will be laughing to, be definitely, I don't know, more or less like his pension and his retirement grant and gratuity, everything put together.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, just on a kind of a lighter note, but this is a man who is established. You cannot be a president of the country and not be established already. It's an establishment already.
There's no doubt that he's a powerful man.
But the point is, what I'm saying in essence is, if you are to look at it, we've all been waiting for this man to talk,
speak,
and finally he has spoken.
Yes.
And then what he said or what he has said so far has been the talk of discussion, has been the as open
everywhere, social media.
It's what is trending at the moment. The journey to service. That book is trending everywhere. In short, currently I checked this morning. That book is out of stock in some bookstores, out of stocks. So for you to know that Nigeria is a beautiful country, we are actually vying. We want to look at what we can do to make sure we are correct. We are out of this quagmire, and we are looking for people who are willing to support
yes.
Who are willing to give ideas. And this is one of the man we have been waiting for. A man who has contributed either to the development or downward spiral of the development of Nigeria. A man who is popularly referred to as the Maradona, the Nigerian Maradona, that he dribbles anybody dribble. Do you know how many coups he has escaped? General Ibrahim Babangida. I don't know if you've heard of Gideon Hawker coup. How many of coup he has escaped? Even Abacha laid and set some coup also in motion for him. But like I said, when you look at most of our democratically elected, our military junta, most of them, they've created some marks, I wouldn't call it dent to our nation, to our national development.
All right.
And like I said, this is a man we've been waiting for to talk,
and
he has spoken.
All right. Finally, before we round up on today's episode on Express Politics, Doctor, I'd like you to explain or pinpoint some lessons we can learn from this leadership of Babangida. I know you have said a lot, but just
number one is posterity.
Okay.
Posterity. I keep telling people that posterity will always be there to judge. Will always be there. Look at this man who was doing all this thing. Apparently while he was still in power, while he was doing it, he must have been enjoying the moves. He's dribbling, Maradona dribbling and everything. Yeah. This is the man who is coming out, who came out recently to say, see, more or less like an open confession. What he failed to do 2 years after he moved out of office, or 3 years after, he's not doing it. 31 years ago, He left office 31 years ago. A 31-year-old child, I mean, a 31-year-old boy is an adult, a grown-up man who has his own family now.
It's no longer considered.
In short, a 30 plus old somebody is becoming the president of the country.
Yes.
And this man is just saying, So like I said, posterity will always be there. So whatever you are doing, big. Like, Awolowo is still there. We are still talking about Awolowo till date. Those who benefited from education, they are the one making education too expensive now. And posterity will always be there to judge him right.
So you are saying this.
When you look at the cocoa house there, when you see the cocoa house over there, this is a man who championed the cause of how we are going to develop the western blocks of the country. So I was saying the Midwestern in charge of the western part of Western administration. So posterity will always be there. And number two, to believe that the power is transient. Power is transient.
In what sense?
And power is not, you are not going to remain in power forever.
Okay.
Just imagine and again, heroic act and act of cowardice. Placing Colonel Adekunle Fajuyi, side by side General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. Your guess as good as mine. Let us know who is a coward, and let's know who is a hero. How then are you going to tell us that because Abacha is there to come and that's why you annul that election? In the first place, even the emergence of military is even uncalled for in the first place. When you look at that as civil war, let me digress a little bit. The civil war that happened in the 60s, it was uncalled for. It was more or less like a coup after coup. After the Nziogu coup, the Nziogu and the Nziogu and his cohort coup, then we had the counter coup again. Counter coup that led to the demise of Kaguyi Ironsi. And from there, we've having successive. Then after that we plunged us into the civil war. That's the Biafra war with Nigeria.
Yes, I remember.
And from there, that led to truncating one government to the other. After that civil war, after that the Nziogu, after the demise of Kaguyi Ironsi, then we have what's it called? The emergence of look at those who were assassinated afterward. Murtala was assassinated. Then it led to the fracas between Yakubu Gowon. No, before that, fracas between Yakubu Gowon and Odume Gojuku. Odume Gojuku claiming he's a senior military officer, that he should be at the end of the affair. Then after that, eventually, power was truncated, was taken away from Yakubu Gowon. Then Murtala Mohammed became the head of state. And eventually, Murtala Mohammed his life was short-lived. He was assassinated. After that, that's what led to the coming together of what's it called? Or the show Shagari, whatever. Olusegun Obasanjo.
Okay.
Obasanjo took over as head of state after Murtala Mohammed.
Okay.
And after Obasanjo took over, then Obasanjo handed over to another kind of set of people entirely, Shagari. Then Shagari was short-lived. Murtala Muhammad Buhari and Tunde Diagban, they took over. It was after Muhammad Buhari and Tunde Diagban took over that the Son 2 was after a few years due to Babangida took over again. Babangida then is the same Babangida we are talking about today. So like I said, the emergence of military in the first place, because we were just a neophyte in democratic these things. Look at that look at what happened. How the likes of Tafawa Balewa was executed in broad daylight in the street of. Look at Brigade Malari. Look at even the man from the west, Ademulegun. Look at even the Saddam of Sokoto. They made the mess of every. Look at how people were just. Look at Ladoga Akintola. All of them successively like that. They were taken out of the way, and it was called an imbalanced coup. Because people believe that you touched the part of the west, you touched the part of the north, you touched the part of, but you did not touch the part of some part in the southeast. So that makes it imbalanced coup. And people believe that was championed by people from that particular region. So like I said, all these things, they are part of what has really affected our process today. And the earlier we healed up from this process, the better for us. So like I said, posterity will be there to judge. Number two, I talked about, the issue of lessons. Like
yes.
Posterity will be there. And again, I made mention of some notable figure. I will know what he has done. He's still living after him, still lived after him. Nnamdi Azikiwe still lived after him. Sardauna of Sokoto still lived after him. So look at this, all these men now. I so much believe vividly that we should be expecting another memoir anytime soon, because now they are talking. They are talking now, and of course we are here want to listen to their part of the story, so that the posterity will judge them rightly.
All right, thank you so much, Doctor. That was indeed powerful. There's always something that people used to say. He said the truth cannot be long hidden. At the end of the day, we get to know the truth of everything, no matter how they try to hide it. So this is where we are going to draw the curtains on today's show on Express Politics. And I would like to say a very big thank you to our lead analyst, Dr. Akitole Somi, for gracing us with his presence today. Thank you, sir. And just like he has rightfully said, the implications, this book, this posterity will always judge based on the past deeds of Ibrahim Babangida. And I hope you've learned a lot from today's episode. Until next time, I remain your humble host, Abiola Michael. Bye for now.